What do letting go of your handlebars, filtering through traffic and revving your engine have in common? You can get fined for all of them. In a lot of countries, with so many little finable offenses, it's hard to be comfortable when, for example, law enforcement is nearby. Well, in this video I'll be listing the most common fines for riders. And by the way, if not being subscribed to this channel was a finable offense, a lot of you will be paying money right now. So subscribe to the channel and check out our website if you want the best possible deal on your gear. Simple as that, let's start the video. I hear you think, seriously? Yes guys, still one of the most given fines to riders is where they ride without having their motorcycle license. And this is pretty much in each country. This may seem like a no-brainer, but yes people, you need to get that motorcycle license like any of us and indeed spend the money and time to enjoy riding without the risk of a fine. And on top of this, another fine often given to bikers is not carrying your license, so even if you have it, make sure you have it with you at all times. Another classic fine given to riders is one for too much noise. Now we all know the stories and sometimes you can simply hear them passing by. Those guys who take the silencer out their exhaust because heaven forbid you can't hear them coming from 4 blocks away. Well, governments really love these guys because they keep the treasury filled. This is one of the heaviest fines given to motorcycle riders. So don't mess with your exhaust guys. Because honestly, it can be quite annoying to be overtaken by a bike that makes more noise than a fighter jet. In third, a classic traffic rule. White lines. And one of the first ones you learn when getting your license. Obviously, they're meant to indicate when it's safe to be changing lanes. But in the real world, people like deciding for themselves when it's safe to start changing lanes. And if a cop sees this, it means you're getting pulled over. Don't make it a habit even if there's nobody around. This might surprise a lot of people. They probably filtered through traffic right before watching this video, but lane splitting is not always legal, especially in the US, where it is only legal in a few states. Though, depending on what country you live in, most of you are perfectly allowed to filter through traffic. But in Germany, for example, lane splitting is not legal. In fact, other vehicles are known to actively prevent riders from passing through. Here in the Netherlands, it's perfectly legal as long as the difference of speed with you and the other vehicles is not too big. Do yourself a favor and be sure to check the exact law in your country because the fines can be quite severe. Before we move on, I want to remind you to check out our website and social media platforms. You can find the link in the description. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Up next, letting go of the handlebars. Obviously, this offense is less tricky compared to the previous one. Cool trick, rough fine, which I think is perfectly fine, because if you get caught in front of law enforcement doing this, you deserve it. In sixth, we have riding without a legal helmet. Now, what is a legal helmet exactly? I'm glad you asked. A helmet must meet the latest mandatory safety standards, and there were 2 different certifications to look for. ECE 2205 and 2206, that's in effect in Europe and many affiliate states, and the DOT certification in the US. Now, if you just look for these certifications when you're buying a helmet, you'll be perfectly fine and there's nothing to worry about. Up next, we have revving your engine. Now, there isn't a specific law against revving the engine, but there are laws against loud noises. And this is where, again, it's important to check your local legislation because some countries and states have specific laws against unnecessarily revving a stationary vehicle. And if your engine is causing a disturbance in the eyes of a cop, you're getting fined. I know how tempting it is, especially when entering a tunnel, but if you don't insist on financing your country's treasury, you might want to keep your cool. Alright, in 8th, we have overtaking on the wrong side. Now this type of fine is common, not because people aren't aware of this very basic traffic law, but people are often too easily tempted to overtake illegally and get caught doing so. We all know the annoyance of that car in front of you who drives below the speed limit and refuses to move to the side. How annoying this may be, you may want to fight against a throttle temptation because it's a hefty fine, potentially costing you hundreds of euros depending on where you live. At number 9, we have illegal parking. Most of the time, law enforcement won't fine you for parking your bike on the pavement. If it's not causing an obstruction, of course, but they technically could in many countries and states. Check the wording of your local legislation to know what designated motorcycle spots are to be 100% sure you're not wasting your money on a fine. Finally, at number 10 we have the mother of all motorcycle riding fines. You guessed it, speeding. We all know the struggle of keeping it within the speed limit, especially the sport bikers among us. We know guys, it is extremely tempting, but if you want to spend your money on some cool bike accessories or gear, you may want to reconsider. Just keep it legal and arrange a track day with you and your buddies. There, you can give it your all, remove it from your system, so you will be able to behave on the road and spend your money on the things you like. Alright, there you have it. The most common fines when we all lose too much money on. Now, if you avoid a fine or two, you deserve it to treat yourself on that helmet you've always wanted, so head on over to championhelmets.com where we have all the top brands and very sharp discount bundles. If you found this video helpful, then please subscribe to the channel, and until next time.